I'm Virus and welcome back for another Skyforge player guide. This video is going to cover a technique that can be used to farm up class sparks, but before we get there, let me explain why a player would want to do this. If you don't care about the why and want to skip to the how, just click here. Skyforge implements a relative power rating system called Prestige. Pretty much anything you can unlock or strap onto your character will give you some amount of prestige, which overall works as a nice system of adjusting difficulty and reward in respect to your character's relative level, because as we know, Skyforge doesn't have a traditional level system. As you gain prestige, your available reward producing instances also scale up in difficulty. Mobs may hit harder, have more HP, new abilities, or there may just be more of them. This is all well and good if you play a limited number of classes and have progressed inside of those class atlases as you have moved up in prestige. But what if you jump around a lot? The ability to switch classes anytime you are out of combat is a big selling point in this game. Unfortunately, this tends to cause issues with your individual class development curves. It makes you a jack of all trades, but a master of none. In the beginning portion of any class atlas, you spend the three basic spark types, Destruction, Balance, and Creation, to unlock nodes until you activate the Path of the Blank node. From that point on, you can only progress via class-specific sparks or the wildcard sparks of evolution. Some of the talents and abilities that are core to the design and usefulness of each class are buried a bit deeper in this back half of the atlas. For example, if you decide you want to start tanking group runs, there's a few talents that help immensely that are found near the middle of the pack, namely Blame and Unwavering Faith, among others. But the conundrum here is, how do I effectively tank to earn Paladin class sparks when I don't have the skills unlocked to effectively tank? You can't downgrade your prestige that you earned through Atlas unlocks or order bonuses, so you're effectively stuck at some base prestige level that may be difficult to effectively use an underdeveloped class in. This is where we find a method of farming bosses helpful. Class sparks may rarely drop off any trash mob, but they're guaranteed to drop off mini-bosses and end bosses of sufficient difficulty. So two of my favorite solo squad missions for this purpose are Port Naori and Kairos. Port Naori is favorable because the first boss is very close to the starting point, and there aren't many trash mobs on the way. The boss has fairly simple mechanics, and most of the big damage is avoidable by kiting or dashing. If you're farming class sparks for a low damage class like Paladin, you may just want to use a damage class to destroy the trash mobs quickly, and then swap into your target class to take on the boss. Note that class sparks dropped by trash mobs and bosses are assigned at the time of death of the mob, not at the time of pickup. That is, you can't kill a boss mob with your Cryomancer and then switch to Paladin and expect to pick up Sparks of Justice. They will always be Sparks of Frost. After you killed the boss, pick up your sparks and possible loot, and then hit the F11 button to look at the instance description and options screen. From here, click the complete button in the middle of the screen. This will basically end the run and send you back to wherever you came from. Then, just wash, rinse, and repeat. The other favorable option is Kairos. This bug-infested run has a bit more trash and tends to be a bit higher level tuned than the Port Naori runs, but the boss is much easier to kill. When the boss flies over to one of the green ooze barrels during the fight, target the barrel and blow it up. Every time you do this, it should take off about 3 bars of health from the boss. He doesn't always fly over in range, but when he does, it makes for a very quick fight. Now you may have noticed that when you are in the instance selection screens, the run has a rating relative to your current prestige level. These range from very easy to impossible. You can check to see if there are easier versions of a run by clicking the left box. Here you can see the nearby ranges of difficulty. You can experiment with lowering the difficulty on these runs. If an impossible version is taking you 7 minutes to down the first boss and rewarding you with 25 sparks, but you can do 3 3-minute runs on a lower setting for 16 sparks, it may be worth doing easier runs. Find out where your personal productivity level is best and use it. A few final notes. If you do a run that shows no rewards in the box description, you will not get any rewards at all from the boss, including sparks. If you're doing a run that has Lurker side quest and one spawns from your low HP, just suicide, mount up and run back. It'll despawn, saving you the time it would take to kill it. I hope this guide has been helpful. If you want to see all of my Skyforge guides, click over here on the left. And remember to like and subscribe to my channel to receive more guides as I release them. Till then, happy hunting!